mobile communications, rail and road transport, aerospace, and the generation of renewable energy. There's hardly an area of our everyday lives where we do not benefit from the high quality of cables from Huber+Suhner. As the inventor and manufacturer of RADOX cables, Huber+Suhner has extensive abilities when it comes to developing customer-specific connection solutions and in producing and assembling them. The production process begins with the rough drawing of 8 mm continuous cast and rolled copper wire. At the same time, the wire diameter is reduced from 8 to 2 mm by means of a continuous cold working process that uses wire drawing dies arranged in series. During the final thermal treatment stage, the structure of the copper wire is restabilized. A significant portion of the copper processed is tin-plated in order to protect the copper wires against oxidation by applying a few micrometers of tin. At the same time, this is also an ideal form for the preparation of soldered connections. In the second wire drawing stage, up to 16 wires are drawn in parallel from 2 mm to 1/10 of a millimeter. After undergoing thermal treatment, a number of wires are simultaneously wound onto a reel, thus simplifying the stranding process. Each reel can be clearly identified by means of a barcode throughout the entire processing sequence. Depending on the planned processing, the conductors are bunched, using either a single or double twist procedure. The twisting of the wires into multi-core copper conductors is performed at speeds of up to 5,000 strokes per minute. On a customer-specific basis, the finished strands are then laid up into conductor bundles or flexible conductors. This produces flexible conductors with a cross-section of up to 400 square millimeters, satisfying a vast range of mechanical and electrical requirements. Within the industry, RADOX is the perfect example of highly resistant, robust, flame-retardant cables. These outstanding properties are based on the compound formulas of the plastics developed by Huber+Suhner for making the cables. The base substances are mixed with additives and cross-linking agents and kneaded into a homogeneous mass in the kneading extruder. They are subsequently used as pellets for producing insulation and cable sheathing materials. These high-quality, fluorine-free, flame-resistant cable sheaths are being constantly improved through intensive research undertaken in the company's own laboratory to meet ever more stringent safety standards in the future. The results of this research are constantly checked and verified in realistic test scenarios, whether at high temperatures in the combustion chamber or in an intensive loading simulation such as this endurance test for jumper cables between train wagons. The strands and cables are provided with a plastic covering in the extruder and then cross-linked. This produces a single conductor cable. The single conductor cable production process is concluded by the dry test, which augments the continuous quality checks conducted throughout the production process. This guarantees a flawless starting product for later processing into high-quality, application-oriented cables. The stranding of individual single-conductor cables produces multi-core cables. A wide range of different types of cable can be stranded: single-conductor cables, coaxial cables, and fiber optic cables. The conductor bundles acquire additional stability and a mechanical form of protection as a result of the banding process. Braiding with braiding wire increases the electromagnetic compatibility while reducing the radiation of the electric signals to be transmitted. The conductor bundles are provided with a covering in the extruder. This serves, on the one hand, as a form of mechanical protection, while on the other, giving the cable the outer dimensions requested by the customer. Depending on the requirement profile, this plastic sheath is halogen-free, as well as oil and/or heat-resistant. The cable sheath acquires the special RADOX properties as a result of the cross-linking process. The plastic becomes more resistant to high temperatures and at the same time more resistant to exposure to mechanical stresses and strains and chemicals. During the cross-linking process, the cable is exposed for a short time to accelerated electrons. This intensive treatment changes the chemistry and thus the properties of the plastic. In addition to continuous checks, every cable protection batch is subjected to electrical and mechanical checks during all of the various manufacturing processes. For example, the degree of cross-linkage is checked with the elongation at break, or high-frequency properties using state-of-the-art network analyzers. A final quality check is performed when the cables are taken away for customer-specific packaging. The cable reels are temporarily stored in the high bay warehouse before being shipped with the corresponding information. The barcode ensures that the products can be traced at all times. Innovative products for our customers are based on the high level of materials expertise and processing quality of Huber+Suhner. Our contribution towards satisfying the requirements exacted by communications, mobility, and security in day-to-day life.